Hi, my name is Madeline, and I'm 14. Here is my story. Up until several weeks ago, my life was completely normal, and I never would have guessed what was going to happen. My parents sat me down on a Saturday night and told me something I was not expecting. We were leaving town until the pandemic calms down and would be staying at our lake house in Maine. Once my school decided to close, they said it was an easier decision to leave. We live close to New York City. My mom has a weak immune system after undergoing treatment for cancer, so we're worried about her getting the virus. My parents did not allow anyone to come visit the house in the last few weeks, even our close relatives. I had one day to pack and had to fit everything I would need into 2 bags. On the way out to the car, I begged to stay at my best friend's house, but my parents said no. I got in the back seat after surrendering to my fate and began crying as we pulled out of the driveway. I knew we had to leave to protect my mom, but the thought of being away from home for an unknown amount of time was too much to handle. After many long hours of driving, we arrived. After we unloaded the carload of our belongings and supplies, I went into my room and pulled the covers over my head. There is no cell phone signal at our house. We are still waiting for the internet company to come and connect our service, so my dad and I have to drive into town every day to get Wi-Fi from a coffee shop. We sit outside in the parking lot near the building to get internet so I can submit my assignments and talk with teachers, and he can get stuff done for work. The second time we were in the parking lot, something weird happened. This boy and his mother parked directly across from us, head on. His mom jumped out of the car to go into a store, and he stayed back. He was so cute, so I kept looking up while I was on my laptop to catch a glance of him. We made eye contact a few times, and he smiled. A few minutes later, he airdropped a screenshot of his snap to my phone so we could talk. That totally surprised me. I found out his name was Cameron and is 16. He grew up there and was home from school too. Soon after, my dad said we needed to get back to the house and started the car. I gave Cameron a quick wave and smiled as we pulled away. Because my social life is now non-existent, it felt good to interact with anyone other than my parents, even if for a few minutes. After literally getting cabin fever a few days later, it was a warm and sunny day, and I decided to help clean out the garage with my parents. While we were pulling stuff to donate, I found my old Hello Kitty tricycle in the corner. It brought back a lot of good memories, and I felt a little bad putting it in the donation pile. I thought it would be funny to try and ride it again. It's a bit small, but after a few minutes of going up and down our driveway, I got the hang of it. I made my way down the driveway near the bottom, and as I went to turn back, I saw 2 people walking down our street. I stopped, looked over, and it was Cameron and a little girl. I nearly died of embarrassment. He smiled and looked down, which was probably because I was blushing. It turned out that the little girl was his little sister, and they were just going for a walk. I asked her if she wanted my tricycle, and she said yes. At least someone thought I was cool. He lives a mile away, so we've been going on long walks together every afternoon. That's just fine with me, but I do feel a bit guilty because I haven't told my parents. I'm really starting to like him. I have been keeping my distance and do not want to get my mother sick. What do you think I should do? Want to send us your story and go down in Storymation Nation history? Please click on the link in the description. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and smash that like button if you enjoyed the story.